Hey, Wrinkled Runner here. Today we're going to be talking about laundry. So when I first started running, I just wore regular shirts and t-shirts and shorts, and I don't even think I had a real pair of running shoes. It was kind of a spur of the moment. I'm just going to go start running, and so I got dressed and ran out in whatever I had for probably the first month or even 2 months that I was running. And eventually I started buying more and more gear that was for running, and sometime after that I started to notice that as I was throwing them into the laundry with everything else, they weren't smelling as fresh as they should. And so I started investigating a little bit more into the tech fabrics and how to take care of them. And it turns out you take care of them differently than you take care of your regular clothes, and in ways that you wouldn't even think of. Like I use cold water now instead of warm, or I used to use hot, thinking that that was going to help to get rid of the bacteria and things like that. But the way that the fabrics are engineered these days, you actually should wash them in cold. So I'm going to go do a load of laundry and film it and show you some of the things that I use to make our laundry, our running clothes, smell fresh. Okay, so I've already sorted out my laundry. I have my sports stuff over here. Now the first thing I will tell you is with sweaty clothes, I like to hang them before I throw them in the hamper if I'm not going to be doing the load right away. We just went running this morning, so some of these are still pretty sweaty, but we're throwing them in, so that's okay. Otherwise, I will hang them and let them dry, then put them in the hamper. So we have all the sports clothes here, throwing them in on their own without any other clothes. So what I like to use is this Rockin' Green activewear detergent, and I'll link up to my post down below where you can see the links to on how to get this. It's an enzyme detergent, and it has a filth fighter enzyme blend. So that caught my eye because I don't like my things stinky, obviously, who does? And it's good for the HE machines, which is what I have. So what I also like to do is add some Biz to the mix here, and I just use an old thing that I had in one of my Tide detergents that I use for my regular clothes, and I just fill the Biz up to the little one down there, which can be hard to see because they have it the same color as the plastic, and when you're getting older it can be hard to see that. But anyway, I just add one of those into there. And all you need is 1 scoop of this activewear stuff. If stuff is really, really bad, or if it's been stinking for a while, if you notice that your clothes, like you head out for a run and in the first 5 minutes you're getting a whiff and you're saying, oh, my clothes are still stinky after washing them, then I would go ahead and use 2 of those just to try to get it back. And even like a half a cup of vinegar added to the wash too will help get rid of that smell. So I add that to the bucket. Now on my washing machine, I use the Delicate Cycle, and I think most washing machines have a Delicate Cycle. But anyway, what you're looking for is cold water. I have it as a normal soil level and just a medium spin speed. And then I just go ahead and hit speed wash. What I do not use in my, I go ahead and hit the wash button. What I do not use in the laundry is What I do not use in the laundry is fabric softener. That will absorb into the clothes and will actually hold on to the smell with the technical fabric. So you do not want to use the fabric softener with that. It's counterintuitive, but it actually makes your clothes smell worse. So anyway, I just use a detergent and some Biz cold water, because warm or hot water can stretch out those technical fabrics, and just let her go. And we'll come back later and throw them in the dryer. Okay, so the clothes are done in the washer. I just put them in the dryer. My dryer has a sensor, well, most dryers do, but for some reason it doesn't sense that the clothes are still wet. It just does it for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes and says they're dry, and then I come up and then they're not. So anyway, so what I've been doing is time drying the workout clothes on a low temperature. I use ultra low, and I time dry it for usually 40 minutes is enough. Sometimes I have to do it for another 10, but 40 minutes is usually enough. So as long as you're doing it on a low temperature and making it so that it comes all the way dry, then you should have no problems, and your clothes will come out smelling fresh and clean and ready to wear the next day.